After making the top 5 worst Trackmaster sets list, I got several comments asking me to make the inverse. What are the top 5 best Trackmaster sets? And admittedly, it was a question that I found kinda daunting. Like I said, I'm a huge Trackmaster fan, and as a whole, it's probably my favorite brand of merchandising ever from Thomas & Friends. And to condense all of that down into a single list is kinda hard. That being said though, I decided to set out and at least try. And as you can tell from clicking on this video, I came up with something. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going through what I think are the top 5 best Trackmaster sets ever released. Like I said, I'm more biased towards the classic Trackmaster stuff, so there's definitely gonna be more of that than anything in here. But I also tried to look through the Trackmaster Revolution stuff to see if there was anything that caught my eye. Inevitably, I'm already biased, so I don't want to be even more so. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into it. Starting with number 5, coincidentally the only Trackmaster Revolution set on the list. That being the Troublesome Trap set. This set released in 2014 on June 9th, and is a total of 19 pieces. It features James, a haunted barn, a transforming haystack, or quote-unquote transforming, a rickety bridge, and track. When this first came out, I was pretty firmly out of Trackmaster, and was favoring OO modeling as opposed to anything. That being said though, this set gave me quite a bit of hope, and for a while I really wanted to get it. Sadly I didn't, and this is the only set on this list I never had the chance to get, but I did have friends who happened to have it as well. And from what I could tell, the set was very well functioning, had a very simple track layout, and while the set itself is a gimmick and I'm not very big on those, the gimmick was pretty fun. For a set to make me want to go back to Trackmaster after I was pretty firmly out of it is pretty cool, and honestly unique to this set. There has not been a single Trackmaster 2 item since then that I've really wanted like that. The James featured in the set was even unique to the set, having very minimal scratches on the side. I also believe at this time they released a Scared James, which would have been cooler if that was in this set, since this James just had a normal smile, but that being said, this set was still super cool. And while Trackmaster 2 thrives on being super complex and anything but a train set, this definitely didn't feel like that, so I figured it'd make a good number 5. For number 4, we have the Misty Island Deluxe set. Now, this set released in 2010, and I believe I got it at that time. It consisted of 60 pieces, came with Thomas, Dash, and Bash, wagons for all 3 of them, the Shake Shake Bridge, a logging mill, a zipline bridge, a tree trunk tunnel, log track risers, and so much Misty Island track. Now, all of these parts were available separately, but were also available in a big set. And as a whole, it's just better to do it that way. Misty Island Rescue may have stunk as a movie, but the merch was phenomenal. With this set alone, you could build an entire Misty Island with every notable landmark, and every function was a blast to play with and inspired many more complex layouts around it. The zipline bridge was amazing. The Shake Shake Bridge is probably one of the most iconic sets in Trackmaster history, and all around if you had this set, you definitely spent hours with it. I do have some slight critiques with it though, mainly being that the track itself was very hard to put in anything that wasn't this set. If I recall correctly, the track pieces were made specifically for it, so when you tried to put it in a normal layout, it often didn't work. But being Trackmaster, you often found ways around it. So with that being said, I figured this made a good number 4. For number 3, I have RC Thomas at Tidmouth Sheds. This originally released in July of 2007, and consisted of 48 pieces. A RC Flip-Face Thomas with a red van if you got the hit version, a normal RC Thomas if you got the Fisher-Price version, Tidmouth Sheds, Herald, a tunnel, bridge, and a simple track oval with a siding. Now, this set didn't contain a lot of track, but it really didn't need to. This set was the perfect example of you're in charge, and the RC Thomas was essential to that. Does Thomas go to the sheds? Where in the sheds? Does he go see Harold? Does he go to the siding? Is he going forwards, backwards? Is he blowing his whistle? You could do all of that with this one simple set, and that I think is so much more iconic and important than the normal turn the engine on and watch it go set we get with Trackmaster. It really stood out and was a favorite of mine as a child. I really wanted to put this in the number 2 spot, but instead for that I decided to go with Thomas's Daring Drop, which released in 2012. This set had 27 pieces, contained Thomas, a molded Merrick, a collapsing bridge, hazard sign, boulder, and a large oval of Blue Mountain track. Now you may be thinking what makes this set better than the Tidmouth Shed set. Well, from the start I'm a huge fan of Blue Mountain Mystery, but while I'm also not the biggest fan of gimmicks, and this set is just that, this is an example of that working, almost to the fullest. From what I can recall, the set always worked, maybe not with a consist, but for the most part. The bridge drop itself was an amazing feature. that handled almost any engine that went on it. And if you did have a consist and didn't want to take your engine on that, it turns out you didn't have to. The set had an alternate way around it. So just like the last, you were in control of the gimmick itself. Either you chose to have an accident or send an engine down a very large bridge, or instead sit them across a basic incline. All around, it was a blast to play with, and I wish we got more like this. That being said though, it hails in comparison to our number 1 spot. And honestly, is there really any question? It's Action Canyon. The set ever.
The suspense. It's all new Thomas at Action Canyon. Just like in the Great Discovery DVD, you'll burst through waterfalls and bust down bridges. Action Canyon with all new heights and daredevil drops. New Trackmaster Thomas at Action Canyon comes with everything you see here. Batteries not included. Stanley sold separately.
Now, this set released in 2008 and 2011, and also had a snow variant, which I also had. Altogether, it was 54 pieces, contained Thomas, a falling bridge, a waterfall, mountain track risers, and a track circuit. This set defined Trackmaster, and like I said before with the gimmick working, turn that up by 1000% and you have Action Canyon. Everything from the spiral of the track, which was quite tall for the time, to the waterfall itself, which was detailed beautifully, to the way it handled almost any engine that went on it perfectly. Everything I said before with the previous set also kind of applies here. If you didn't want to send your engine down the waterfall or potentially mess up a consist, it had an alternate way, never really caused accidents, and was designed to stop such with the tracks at the waterfall bottom, featured a spiral, which is... that's just the best part of Trackmaster and Playrail, come on. And while it was based off of something, it didn't have to be that and acknowledged it. It put you in control for almost everything that could happen. Did the bridge give out while the engine was on it? Did he even go down the waterfall? If he did, was it the mid-tier or the top tier? And adding onto this set was the best. I honestly feel like any set from any other range hails in comparison to this one right here. It's so iconic, it was so fun to play with, there's really no competition. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my top 5 list of the best Trackmaster sets. Really quick, as always, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons, since videos like this wouldn't be possible without their support. And if there's another sort of top 5 you guys would like me to make, be sure to comment down below. And also let me know if you guys agree with the list. I assume most people won't, but yeah, I'm biased, and I acknowledge it, so it works. As always, guys, thanks again for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe for even more train content, since there's always more stuff on the way. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like. If you didn't, be sure to dislike it. And with all of that being said, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.